So you were just recently, I know you've been away for a couple of weeks.
I have.
And you were on a kind of an interesting tour. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So one of the things that I do at Communitech, I wear a couple of hats. The first is I lead our external relations team. So all the fun communications, events, marketing, and so on. The other hat that I wear is heading up an initiative that's called the Canadian Digital Media Network.
Right.
And it's our attempt as Communitech to connect with other centers like us in regions across the country. So one of the things I've embarked on is a cross-Canada tour to go and visit all of our partners. There are 31 in all. And I've been not quite to every one of them yet, but we started in Atlantic Canada and we're working our way across. I was actually in Whitehorse a couple of weeks ago.
Now, Whitehorse is an interesting community, right? So tell us what was happening up there.
So what we found is that while it's not what you might think of as a tech cluster, there are a number of companies in Whitehorse that are looking for ways to use digital technology to grow their business.
Right.
And so we had the opportunity to visit with a number of the players, the Yukon Research Center, the Chamber of Commerce, the Territorial Ministry of Economic Development, and so on. So there's lots of good interest, and we're hoping to help them as best we can. And we're finding in all of the regions we visit that same sort of ecosystem energy. So there's typically a center, not unlike Communitech, where it becomes a gathering place for entrepreneurs. There are programs and services offered there. And then the hub in that region, that's what we call our partners, are offering lots of services, and they're helping entrepreneurs to connect not only to things locally, but through our network, they can access services in other parts of the country.
There we go. How's Canada doing in terms of new organizations, new job creation, new innovations that are changing the world? How are we doing?
I think our tech is every bit as good as tech we see in other places. Okay. If you take, what's happening in the Toronto tech cluster, and you take what's happening in the Waterloo tech cluster, and everything in between, there's a really significant density along that corridor of companies and entrepreneurs. So I think that's a really big opportunity for Canada. What I've noticed as we've gone to visit across the country is the entrepreneurs are every bit as creative, as hungry to build business. I think what we need to do is kind of team up to help them. Canada's not a very big country, so as a tech industry, we're relatively small and we're spread out. But if there are ways that we can gang up to help entrepreneurs, particularly as they're trying to export and sell things abroad, I think we'll do well.
Okay.